It's day 2 of summer sock camp, and I've got a camera, hopefully the right way around, so you can actually see me better. It's super hot here in England. It's about 30 degrees, which is really hot. I've got a bit of hay fever as well. My nose is itching like an itchy thing. Super itchy nose. So I haven't done a lot of knitting because it is really hot, but I just thought I'd update you on what I've done so far. I have started on my Superba sock, which is the merino linen silk, or the wool linen silk, I don't know which wool it is. I'm doing a 2x2 sock. It's my cute little progress keeper from Notion and Needle, lovely little flip-flop. Yeah, so I haven't done loads, but hopefully I can get to the heel today, and then I might pick up another one and crack on with that. But yeah, pretty happy. It's 2 days worth. I could have done a lot more, but it's just been too hot and I haven't wanted to. I'm aware I'm sometimes looking over there and sometimes looking over there. I'll try and do better and look at the camera. Really hot today. The cats are hiding under the table. There's Poppy. She hasn't wanted too many cuddles because she's been super hot. But yeah, so just thought I'd do a little quick check-in. I'll put this together. I'll probably do a little bit of a check-in every day this week and then put another vlog up at the weekend. But obviously, as you'll see this, you'll see it all as one continuous video. Yeah, I will see you again either later on today or tomorrow, but yeah, see you soon. Right, hi. It has almost been a week since summer sock camp started. Today is Saturday, and to be perfectly honest, it's been a really hot week here in the UK, and I haven't really done an awful lot of knitting, but I will do a podcast tomorrow. Not a podcast, I'll do a full catch up tomorrow of everything that I've been knitting on. I've been out of the 7 skeins that I caked up, I've been knitting on 3. I only have 6 sets of needles though, so I've been knitting on 3 and the other 3 I haven't knit on, and that's because I think I want to do patterns with them. So I thought I would show you the sorts of things I'm thinking, patterns that thinking of doing. I'm thinking of doing textures, repetitive textures, so that I don't have to think about it, and which yarns I've got and which patterns might go best. So the 3 yarns that I haven't yet sort of knit on this week, and this is the summer sock camp. If you didn't watch my previous vlog, I've got a video up where I talk about come and get ready with me for summer sock camp, where I go through and pick all the yarns that I'm going to use, put them into my project bags, and generally get ready for the Crazy Sock Ladies summer sock camp knit along, crochet along, sock along, essentially, for the summer. All the details can be found on Crazy Sock Ladies YouTube channel. I'll link her below, and yeah, and also in my last vlog, I get ready with me for summer sock camp. So I thank you for all the lovely comments on that. It's really nice to chat to other people who are also doing summer sock camp and just sort of seeing what everyone else is doing. So and also your love for Poppy. She is quite a fabulous cat, but she's upstairs sleeping at the moment. She thinks that because I've shut the back door, it's bedtime. So she's gone to sleep. So wonderful. Right, so I will go through the 3 yarns that I have earmarked to be textured patterns and show you the patterns that I'm thinking of doing. Let me take them out of their bags. That's probably going to be easier. It won't be easier to do it, but it will be easier. I don't know what I'm on about. What are you on about, Stacey? Right, so I hope you've had a good week. It's been, say, really hot here, so not my favourite kind of weather, but hey-ho, you know, we live in a country where it can jump 20 degrees from one day to the next, so we've just got to take the rough with the smooth. Right, so the 3 ones I have not yet knit upon. So this is the first one. So this is my James Makes Yarn Flying Saucer one. Really, look at all those fabulous colours. They look just like the Flying Saucer sweets. If you haven't heard of them, that's what they're referring to. They're like little, they look like flying saucers. They're round, made of like sugar paper and filled with sherbet inside. And they come in all these lovely colours. So I have cast on. I did that with all of my skeins. I've cast them all on, but I have not yet started. So my plan for this one, and I'll hold it over here because I'm going to put a picture up here, is and I've written them down on a bit of paper so I don't forget who makes these patterns. Hello, Ivy. You coming up to say hello? Come on then. Come on. Oh. Hello. Oh, this is Ivy. She doesn't like too many cuddles. You going to stay there? Hey, come on then. She's coming for a cuddle. Don't tread on all my yarn. Ivy, come on. To be distracted by a cat tail. Come on, come this way. Ivy. Ivy. She's moved to the other end. There you go, let's make some space in case she wants to sit down. So the James Makes Yarn one, so yeah, this is, I think, going to be That Precious Skein Socks by Beki Dickson, who is Bex Creates on Instagram, and she has a YouTube channel as well. I've knitted them before. It's a really lovely, I'll put the picture in here, but it's a lovely slouchy pattern, so very repetitive, and the sort of, it scrunches up so it becomes like a slouchy ankle sock, and I think this would look fabulous in that. I think I want to make these for my daughter, so it'll be a slightly, I'm going to have to undo the cast on, because I cast on 64 stitches, but she only needs 60, so I'm going to redo the cast on for this, and then I'm going to, I think, do That Precious Skein Socks by Beki Dickson. I'd highly recommend that pattern. Really easy to memorise, but that will be good for those. So that's the first one decided, and now everything is caught up because I moved it all for the cat. Excuse me 2 seconds while I try and separate my two. Right, that one belongs to that one. There we go. Okay, we're good. Right, I'm going to put that one back in the bag. Is this the bag? No, wrong bag. Is it this one? Yes, right, let's put that one back in the bag. So that one's nice and easy. I know what that one's going to be. So I've got 2 other skeins, both cast on, so I'm just going to be careful lifting them because I don't want to mix them up too much. 2 others. Oh, don't they look fabulous together? But that's not what I'm doing, but they would look quite nice together there. Those lovely forest greens that are in this one are also in this one. Anyway, this is, oh, I can't remember what it's called. Let me get it out of the bag. Oh, I'm dropping stuff everywhere. This is the Camel's Yarn, the lovely Hannah at the Camel's Yarn. And this colourway is called Glendurgan, and it's a BFL sock. So I've got this one, which is Glendurgan, and it's this beautiful, it's better over here actually, these beautiful rich greens. It's a little bit darker than real life. It's blowing out a little bit on camera. It's a little bit darker than this, but all these sort of, like, you can see all the flecks of colour in there. Really beautiful, lots and lots of flecks of colour. So I've got that one. And then I've got this one here, which is by Bird Street Yarn, Claire and John. And this one's called Wisteria Lane. And that's really, really pretty. So I've got 3 patterns that I think that these 2 are going to be used for, but I can't decide which is which. So I'll put the patterns up. I've got the Blueberry Ribbed Waffle Sock by Sandy Turner. I think the darker one would be really, really good in that pattern. They'd both be lovely in it, but I think the waffle will really, really show in this darker green, so that's a possibility. I've got the Copper Conifer Socks by Twinset and Purl. I've knitted those before. Both of these actually would look really good in that. I've done it before in a mint coloured green, and it looked really, really beautiful, but I think both of these would work for that. And then I've got the Hermione Everyday Socks, which is a pattern by Lueder, and that's a really, really beautiful textured one as well, and they both look good in that. So, thought processes. I think the blueberry ribbed waffle sock would look really good in this one. I think that will look fantastic. I can hear a cat. I don't know where it is. Cat, which one? Who are you? Poppy Ivy? Don't know which one it is. The blueberry ribbed waffle sock by Sandy Turner. I think I'm going to do in the camel yarn. Decision made. So I've just got this really, really pretty one. I'll bring it nice and close again. Look at all the colours in that. So Wisteria Lane. This really does look like a summer garden, doesn't it? Like cottage garden. So pretty. Wisteria Lane, either the copper conifer socks, put a picture up, copper conifer socks, or the Hermione's Everyday. I think I'm going to go for the Hermione Everyday because I knitted the copper conifer quite recently. And I'm still going to have more socks to do for summer sock camp, so I can come back to the copper conifer socks for another pattern. But I think the Hermione Everyday Socks, because I haven't knitted them for a few years, will be a good one for this. And that was by Lueder. So I think I'm going to do that. Now I've decided what patterns I'm going to do. I can start knitting on these, but I was sort of holding off. I didn't want to do all the vanilla socks. I just don't need hundreds. I don't need any more socks actually at all. But I definitely don't need any more vanilla socks. I really want to do a bit of texture. I need to mix it up a bit. Yes. So that was nice and easy, wasn't it? Thank you very much for being my ears and helping me talk through my thought processes as to what socks I think would look best. Put these ones away in their bags so I don't get them all confused. How are you getting on with summer sock camp? Let me know below. Have you finished any socks, any single socks? Have you done a pair? It's already been nearly a week, so you may have done a whole pair of socks. That's entirely possible. I have done one whole sock and a couple that are almost halfway. So, but I'll come back tomorrow and show you what I've done with that. My aim for these like little vloggy things is to try and do it every week. Try and give you a weekly update of what progress I've made, and when I finish a pair of socks, picking out the next skein. Do I constantly have 6 socks on the go over summer? Maybe. I'm hoping in July to do a bit of Christmas in July, to be honest, and try and get ahead on some of my Christmas knitting, because that was on my bingo board. And I want to do colour work socks for the family this year. I normally do a theme, all sort of 5 of us all have a themed pair of socks, and I was thinking Christmas colour work socks would be fun. So I will probably try and do some of that and a bit of Christmas in July, but we'll see. I've still got quite a few socks to get through, and it's it's not even June yet. It's not even June. I've almost finished, not over halfway through one pair. So we'll see. We'll see what we get done. Right. So I will be back tomorrow with the update, showing you the update of where I am with all of the socks so far. See you soon. Hi. So it is now Sunday and officially a whole week since summer sock camp started. And I thought I would just update you on the 3 main projects that I've been working on. Well, I've only touched 3 of them. The other 3 you would have just seen. I'm planning to do textured patterns with, but the 3 I've got here are the ones I've actually been working on. So I thought I'd just show you an update. So first one, I have 2 finished socks, not from a pair, but 2 finished socks. So where are we? First one is this Felt Fusion one. And this one was the here we go, Felt Fusion, and the colour Pink Chakra. I thought it was a self-striping. Focus, hello. I thought it was a self-striping, but it isn't. It's very, very bright and colourful, but they're lots of short colours. So I have finished one shorty sock for me. That's so pretty and colourful. Look at that. I love the way it pulls when I've done the gussets, and yeah, and then the toes, I like this weird sort of twirly micro stripe, really pretty. They're all cast on with 64 stitches, 2.5mm DPNs for this one. I did 10 rows on the cuff, and then I did 80 rows altogether. I went straight into the slip stitch heel from the cuff. And yeah, these are shorties for me. So I've done one and I've cast on the second. Normally when I do socks, as soon as I finish the first one, I cast on the second, otherwise they just don't get started. So and with only 10 rows to do before I hit the heel, I expect these ones to be done hopefully by the end of next week. So that's my target, but I'll talk about my targets at the end, I reckon. So yeah, so that's pair 1. Pair 2, let's get these ones out. Pair 2 is this really beautiful, get out of the line, sock blank from Devon Sun Yarns. So look at that, so pretty. This is the first time I've ever knitted with a sock blank, and it's so clever. It is a little like rumpled and whatever, but when you block it, it'll come out. And this is from Devon Sun Yarns, and it's the colour Sprightly, and it is definitely very sprightly. And I have just literally about 10 minutes ago finished the first sock. Can you see how rumpled it is? Because when you knit with it, obviously you're pulling it out of the sock blank, it's all wiggledy woggledy from where it's obviously been knitted up for years, probably. I've had this for at least 2 years, and it was in a de-stash, so yeah, or de-stashed out, so goodness knows how long it's been knitted up. So it's all wiggly wiggly. So the sock does look a bit wiggly woggly too, but it'll obviously block out. And this one again is pulled quite prettily. This one was also on 2.5mm DPNs. I did 20 rows for the cuff. I did 60 rows for the leg, and then heel flap and gusset and knitted it to my length. I'm a UK size 6. And it's a wedge toe. I just try it on, and when it gets to sort of around the tip of my little toe, that's when I start the sock toe. This is blurring in and out, so I hope that's not super annoying. So yeah, so I've finished that. So technically I do have 2 finished socks, but they're just not from the same pair. And again, because I finished this 10 minutes ago, I have literally cast on the second and done about 2 rows of ribbing. So that one is now ready for me to pick up and knit on. Let's put that one over there. Get rid of that in a minute. And then the third pair that that's back, or I will lose those. And then the third pair that I've been knitting on are the Superba yarn ones. Oh, I don't want to lose my needle. So this is, it's Rico Designs. I didn't even see that before. Rico Designs Superba in the merino linen silk, in the colourway I know I said this before. Colourway 2511. So that's very pretty. Merino, and the combination, that's not the word I'm looking for, is 55% virgin wool, 25% polyamide, 10% silk and 10% linen. So, oh, it's gone a bit funny. And in this one, I'm doing 2.5mm DPNs again. And I've done a 2x2 rib all the way down the sock. So I haven't changed. I haven't done anything different from my ribbing to my leg. I've just done ribbing all the way down. I did 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 rows of 2x2 ribbing before I've gone into the heel. And I'm just halfway through my slip stitch heel. So really loving this yarn to work with. It feels incredibly soft, but also it's quite plump and squishy. I think these are going to be really warm as well. So looking forward to having those. So that's my progress for week 1. Let me just see if I can focus on me a bit better. There we go. Have you been getting on with your socks? I know a lot of you were commenting that you were also doing summer sock camp and you all had different methods. Some of you have done what I've done. Some of you just grab and go. Some of you are finishing up a lot of whips you had. So please let me know below how you're getting on. Like I said, I think I'd like to try and do this every week, but we'll see. I've got other projects to knit on as well, so it might be that I don't do socks some weeks, but we're about to get a bit rain tomorrow, so I might prefer to knit on something else. I don't know. But so my plans for next week, if I can get there by the end of next Sunday, I would like to have finished the second of these socks. So this pair will be complete. I would like to be on this one here. I would like to be past the gusset and at least cracking on towards the toe. Because it's a 2x2, it takes a little bit longer. But I'd like to be cracking on with that one. And then on this one, which is the sock blank, I think I would just like to get, if I can get to just before the heel, so if I can get the leg done, I'd be happy with that. So a finished sock, a past the gusset and a leg, and also not counting the 3 other ones I've got that are going to be patterns. So for those, I'd like to get the ribbing done on all of them. And I would like to get, for that precious Skein socks that I'm going to do in my James Makes Yarn, I would like to have finished the pattern repeat, and I'd like to have gotten to just before the heel. So that's quite a lot in a week. But if you don't aim high, you will never reach it. I don't know if that's a phrase or not. Yeah, I hope you've had a good week otherwise. Again, let me know down below what your plans are, what you've been up to. If you have any goals for next week as well. I'm going to do this emoji thing. Hopefully I've got the video right this time as well. I've been recording in landscape, so there won't be all this switchy. Leave me a rainbow emoji for this very pretty coloured sock, if you have watched all the way to the end. And I do really appreciate all the comments, the likes, and I've had some new subscribers who found my channel because of my last vlog. So yeah, thank you very much and welcome. And hopefully I will see you again next week. I do put updates occasionally on Instagram, so if you do want to see how I'm getting on with a particular sock, then go and follow on there, because sometimes I'll pop stuff up. But I'm back to work on Monday, and I work full time, so I don't have any time in the morning. I'm up at 6 and I'm in work by 7:15 in the morning, and then in the evening I'm not normally home till about 4:30, and then I've got to sort the kids out and stuff. So don't always get a lot of time during the week. So we'll see how it goes on. It's been half term this week, which is probably why I've had more knitting than usual, which is maybe why I'm being a bit ambitious with what I want to do next week. Because I forgot it's been half term and I've knitted more. But we'll see. Right, so thank you for watching, and I will see you again maybe next week. Bye.